Today we'll be talking about the tragic death of Tristyn Bailey. I'm Rugburn.
And I'm Pickled Landon.
And this is Tombstone Tourist. The story starts off normal enough. 3 friends, all teenagers. 2 of them sneak out and go to their friend Doffus's house. They go there, they're smoking some weed, chilling. Now, it's important to note Doffus isn't really important to the story. He just happens to be the friend's house they meet up at. For some reason, Aiden and Tristan decide to leave. Well, when they're leaving, Aiden, when police do get in contact with him, we'll explain that later, he tells police that Bailey turned onto her street. Well, someone's Ring camera or just outside security camera about a mile and a half down the road actually picks up them walking together. So it's a full-blown lie. And then there's something odd that happens on the security camera later. But let's go ahead and start watching some of the security footage so we can kind of have visuals. As you'll notice on the right side of the screen, you'll see them kind of walking. It's Tristan and Aiden. Nothing seems out of the normal. Everything seems on the up and up, right? They're just kind of walking late night, chilling.
Nothing strange. Other than they're past curfew.
Yeah.
But even I don't think a cop is going to find that too suspicious.
So that one ends. Once again, nothing too crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. Just seems like 2 teenagers hanging out late at night.
Yeah, it doesn't get too weird until we get to the second video.
Yeah, and then the second video you have to watch really closely. It comes from the left side of the screen. At first it looks like a blur, but then you can see it's actually Aiden running without his shoes on. For some reason, his shoes are in his hand and he's sprinting back to the house.
Yeah, the opposite direction that they came from, and alone.
Yeah, and there's no Tristan.
And like you said, this footage was taken about a mile and a half away from where Aiden is claiming that Tristan left and turned off to go home.
It leads you to wonder why he would lie about that. Police question him. He actually takes a very famous video in the back of a cop car, almost in a taunting manner as well.
This is after he's been arrested.
We're having fun in a fucking cop car.
Yep. Tristan.
What's up, guys?
Yep.
Tristan, if you fucking walk out the damn...
When you see this in a month...
A little disturbing. It's kind of showing like just like he doesn't care, because if your friend's missing, because at this point Tristan's been declared missing, they can't find her. And to add more to it, this happened on Mother's Day too. So if you got to think about where Tristan's parents are mentally.
It seems kind of like he's trying to build an alibi right from the get-go. He's just kind of trying to be like, hey, yo, like wherever you are, Tristan, come on out. You know, this isn't funny anymore.
So you think that's what he's doing right there?
We've heard people talk before. Nobody really speaks well in the moment when they're under stress, when they feel they've been caught, but they will try to save face or try to create kind of like safety nets for themselves just in case something happens. He's trying to make it seem he's like ignorant to the situation.
At that point, Tristan's body hadn't been located yet. Right now, she's still just missing. Well, a couple days later, her body turns up at the lake. And if we can go back to the map, we can kind of look. If you look up where the red is on the map, you can see that's where they located the body. They also located a knife, or a knife handle. The blade was
embedded inside of Tristan.
Yes. And another disturbing fact to this case is that Tristan was stabbed a total of 114 times.
Dude, what?
So it's just really just kind of a sick case in general.
And there's not too much information on motive, right? Like why he took such an extreme approach to whatever it is that he did.
I have no idea. He did have accounts from either current or ex-girlfriend at the time say that he would joke all the time with her, coming up behind her and putting a knife to her throat and saying he was going to kill her. But she said it was in like a joking manner. So I feel like he had violent tendencies, or at least fantasies of committing like some horrendous violence.
You would say he's at least throwing off a lot of red flags.
Yeah, it's not good for him, honestly. He gets into police custody and everything, and the mom asks some questions.
So wait, the parents are there?
The parents come there, right, while he's in police custody. They start kind of asking stuff, and we have some of the transcripts, what we felt was important. Now there's more to the transcripts, but they didn't know they were being recorded.
Yeah, they're just in the room kind of talking amongst themselves. They don't think that any of this is going to be used against them later. Yeah,
so they're talking to Aiden, and this will help kind of paint a picture, and then it's also going to help us lead into the video that I want to show us of the mom.
Yeah, it's very important. You want me to go ahead and start reading that?
Yeah, if you could go ahead.
So this is in the police interrogation room. Aiden's mom's name is Crystal. Crystal then advised Aiden referring to Tristan, was found in their neighborhood down the main street. Aiden asked, "Is she good?" Crystal responded, "No, she's dead. That's why this is very important. It's all on you right now." Aiden responded, "How is it my problem?" Crystal and Jason both advised Aiden he was the last one seen with her. Jason asked Aiden if he understood this was a serious situation. Aiden advised that he understood.
And Jason is
his father. Crystal continued asking where Tristyn went after Aiden left her. Aiden stated she probably kept walking. Jason interjected and stated Aiden pushed her down, then kept walking. Jason then cut himself off and stated, "We probably shouldn't be talking in here." Jason then stated, "You walked away, you came straight home. You didn't turn back around to see where she went." Aiden shook his head, "No." Jason then asked, "What were you doing outside that late at night?" Aiden stated he was at Dolphus's house hanging out. Jason asked, "Did you kiss or do anything with them?" Aiden stated he kissed Tristyn and denied doing anything further. Jason then asked, "So your DNA is going to be on her?" Aiden did not respond. Jason stated, "We saw your shoes were off on the camera. Why were your shoes off?" Aiden responded, "Because my feet were hurting and those shoes give me blisters." Crystal advised that they were going to wait until their attorney arrived. After Detective Thompson left the room, Jason and Crystal explained the things Detective Thompson requested were a DNA test to make sure nothing was underneath his nails and nothing was on his body. Crystal explained detectives were going to go home and collect the clothes Aiden was wearing. Jason asked, "There will be nothing on those clothes, right?" Aiden stated, "No, sir." Crystal asked if Aiden wore khakis or blue jeans. Aiden advised that he wore blue jeans. Crystal asked again if Aiden was sure there was nothing on them. Aiden replied, "I don't think so. Why?" Crystal then gave Aiden a questioning look and whispered, "Blood." Crystal then stated, "When we looked on the camera, you were wearing khakis." Shortly after, Crystal said, "Right?" Aiden then indicated yes. This appeared to be Crystal attempting to convince Aiden he was wearing khaki pants instead of blue jeans, contrary to his previous response. Crystal asked Aiden about the alleged drug dealer. Aiden then advised he never saw this drug dealer and has only heard about him. Jason asked about a rumor of Aiden and Tristyn getting into a black car to get drugs. Aiden stated that he did not. So this all happened inside the interrogation room. It's painting a really clear picture that even the parents are having a hard time denying.
I think what it is the mom's trying to help him, like the paperwork says. The mom is trying to help him create somewhat of an alibi or an excuse and kind of be like, you weren't wearing those khakis, right? You were wearing something else, right? And that's what she's kind of getting at. We do have footage of her actually doing some rather odd stuff. This is a video of her cleaning what appears to be khakis. Now, if you look towards the back right-hand side of the screen, you will go ahead and see Aiden's mom. And it is worth noting that later on, that blood evidence was found on the khakis and in the sink drain later.
Yeah, she was washing blood out of the clothes. Now, I just want to go ahead and point out that I don't think this is abnormal for a mother to do in the situation, as vile as it is. I think a lot of parents, when they're confronted with losing their kid to like the justice system or whatever, they're willing to make that, especially moms, they'll make that last push to try to save you.
I definitely can see, in a mother's eyes, you can do no wrong kind of situation. And she was probably just struggling with the fact that her baby could even do this. And I could see where she's thinking like, Tristyn's already dead. We can't save her. I might as well save my kid kind of thought. Now, I'm not saying that thought process is right, but I'm saying that I think that that's where she's coming from. And she's just trying to prevent Aiden from getting into trouble at this point. And she's not looking at it from any other angle, nor an objective angle. She's just looking at it like from her point of view and what she would like to happen.
Absolutely.
The police kind of like get enough off circumstantial and everything to kind of start to form a picture after they get the blood out of the sink, after they get the blood out of the khakis. They start to kind of paint this picture, and there starts to be enough evidence to where they can lock Aiden up. Mm-hmm. He gets locked up and charged with, the murder of Tristyn. In my opinion, this is a last-ditch effort to kind of get a lesser sentence or go to a mental asylum kind of situation, because I think this is bad acting. Now, that's just my opinion, but we do have some footage here.
Aiden Fucci looks around aimlessly, appearing to be confused during court on Wednesday.
What you got going on? Why am I here? I just want to talk to my mom and dad. What's going on? What's going on?
He rocks back and forth and mumbles about demons.
What you got going on? I don't want to hear demons. I don't want to hear demons take my soul. You demons want to take my soul away. I don't let you demons steal my soul.
I think it's horrible acting. What do you think?
I think we see it a lot when people are facing down the potential loss of like the rest of their life as far as freedom's concerned. Like, I'll just be crazy. They already think I'm crazy. I'm going to play into it.
I'm thinking the consequences were more severe than he was thinking as well, because he thought of his age, he might get off a little easier, but his age only prevented him from the death penalty. They waived the death penalty, but he could still face up to life.
Yeah, and they made that known to him. And I think that's definitely where he came up with the idea. Well, I'll be crazy. I can get into an institution this way and get the lesser sentence available, which I think was like 40 years. You know, he's looking at like 40 to life. Again, I don't think it's out of character for somebody to do that when they're facing the end of their life.
Recently, he did go ahead and plead guilty to everything. We're not sure exactly what his sentence is going to be fully. We're still waiting for them to come to an exact sentencing, and he is allowed to appeal it. But I think they're going to throw the book at him, man.
Yeah, I think that's why he pleaded guilty. He didn't try to plea out or anything like that. The picture that they painted was too clear. And I think you've brought it up multiple times before that if you do decide to take something to jury, then they're going to be a lot harsher as far as trying to get what they want out of you, as opposed to like taking a plea deal or just saying, hey, I did it. You got me. They got the mom too, right?
The mom got a tampering with evidence charge. We're still waiting to see what her consequences are on that whole thing. It's still to be determined. But I'm hoping he gets life, honestly. I mean, he kind of, not even kind of, he definitely deserves it. I mean, I know he's young, but also Tristyn was young as well. She was 14. So it is worth noting, like, you did end a young lady's life before she even got the chance to be an adult. So I don't see why I give him a shot at adulthood, but that's just my opinion.
My personal opinion, I don't necessarily believe in the death penalty, but I believe in taking away someone's freedom for certain crimes. And I don't think that age at a certain point should lessen that crime or like that punishment. Just because he was a kid doesn't mean that he shouldn't be punished the way an adult would, because he made an adult decision.
Yeah, and then think, would you feel safe if that man was on the street?
No, I wouldn't feel safe if he was a kid on the street. You know?
So you got to like take that into account. You know, if that was your neighbor, how would you feel? So yeah, I think lock him up, throw away the key, and just, you know, unfortunately we can't bring Tristyn back, but I think, you know, with the death penalty being off the table, I think that's the best you can do in a circumstance like this. Any closing thoughts on this?
Always take note of red flags.
Also, you know, if your teenager's like, sneaking out seems cool, but like maybe don't do it. Maybe let your parents know where you're at, or like,
parents don't hate you. Like, parents don't hate you.
A lot of those rules are set in place to keep you safe. With that being said, let us know down in the comments below what you guys think. You know, this is a really somber thing, so, you know, just let us know what's up. And then if you could, hit that like button. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to that 1,000. We appreciate y'all. I'm Rugburn.
And I'm Pickled Landon.
And this is Tombstone Tourist.